simple movements. So again, when we get into the bands, we do clams is the first thing, and what we're doing is turning on their glute muscles. And when you're doing the clam, you'll see we got a shot from the front and back. The athlete is flat. The object of what they're doing is they keep their feet together and they push their knees apart. And if the kid is feeling it in the front, in the hip flexors, it's wrong. We got to make sure they're feeling on the side and in your glute muscle. And this is for every single sport that I teach. I've been in NBA for 20 years, and the guys can jump over the rim and their glute muscles are not even turned on. Most athletes in the United States are quad dominant because of how we develop them over the years. So when they landing and changing direction and stopping, they're using their quad muscles, and they're not supposed to. They're supposed to be using their glute muscle. So these bands, and we took athletes out to California, USC. The guy had did a study for 15 years, where we got the program from, and basically he teach you how to turn your glute muscles on. Okay, the next thing what we do is a flute. And again, the athletes land flat and they bring their leg up as high as they can. And they're trying to keep everything straight. And the key with this movement, you got to make sure their shoulder, their hip, and their knee and their foot is all in a straight line. And it hit the muscles that we're trying to turn on. And when we do this, we start off with we come up and hold it for 30 seconds. And then over time, we hold it up to a minute. We hold it up to a minute and the muscles get turned on, and all of a sudden you see your athletes start bouncing around and doing things that they was having trouble with before because the correct muscles are being used now. Okay. The other, what we do is a fire hydrant. And again, the athlete is in this position here and the foot is towards the ceiling, and you can see the glute muscle is turned on. We're forcing that muscle to work. So now when you start moving and stopping, accelerating, decelerating, changing direction, we're using the glute muscles more than we're using the quad muscle, and you're going to be more explosive and faster. Okay? Then right from there, we go to a squat. And again, we build up where we hold all this for at least a minute. And even the squats, I hold up to 5 minutes sometimes. If I have a kid that's been with me a while, I challenge them where they can get in this position. Especially, we know as an athlete, you have to be in this position and you got to be able to hold that position with no trouble. Because I did 20 years with basketball, and I always tell the guys, and even the pro guys, you got to hold a guy for like 3 or 4 seconds. 3 or 4 seconds. He's going to pass it, he's going to shoot, or he's going to turn it over. It's going to be 3 or 4 seconds, because if he's holding it longer than that, the coach is yelling at him to move the ball. So, but if I can sit in this position for a minute or 5 minutes, defense is easy.